Hey everybody, thank you for pressing play. In this video we're going to have a look at a hike that's about 2 to 2.5 hours long, and it starts off from Clermont Cairn, which is based in the Cooley Mountains in County Louth. If you want to find exactly where it is, it's pretty easy to find on Google. Just enter it in and you can actually drive up to the top of Clermont Cairn and start your hike from there. When we actually went there, our objective was not to do a hike. We was actually going to walk up Clermont Cairn, but we ended up just driving all the way to the top. So when we got to the top, we figured out that you could hike across to somewhere called Carnavaddy. But that's the thing about this place actually. You see here where the mast is, that's actually Clermont Cairn. You can actually drive all the way to the top, and if you just want somewhere nice and to look around, you don't feel like doing a big hike, there's a picnic area up there. It's really nice. You saw families that just literally drove up there having a picnic, and that's what they were going to do. They weren't going out hiking or anything like that, and there's really rewarding views. And we saw people actually walking up the roadway that we drove up as well, so there's a couple of ways you can do it. When you get to the top then, you have this transmitter station, which, like a lot of high hills in Ireland, there's a transmitter station on top. There's a car park here as well. And if you walk over towards the edge near where the picnic area is, you've got Carningford Loch just off to the left hand side. And just very quickly, when I got there, I just had a quick walk around. So actually you can see Slieve Gullion. So actually if you search on YouTube, you'll find my guide for Slieve Gullion. Slieve Gullion is a little bit higher than what we're on it, but a similar height mountain. And again, other views looking further up into the north of Ireland along through there. If you get around to the other side of the transmitter station, then you got these views like what we saw already, Carningford Loch over to the left hand side, and then further up, we'll see in a while, you're looking down south towards the Irish Sea and across to Slieve Foy as well, which again I hope to cover, well I will cover in another video as well. And it's only actually when I got up to the top, and this is what I said, I actually hadn't planned to go hiking across the coulees, but we actually copped some trails when we actually got to the top of the cairn here, and we decided to go start walking and explore. So as we started walking, we learned that there was a place called Carnavaddy, or Carnavaddy I think it was pronounced, going across, and you could see a trail leading straight across. So it didn't look too far actually, it looked reasonably quickly, but sometimes these looks can be deceiving. It was probably about an hour and a quarter of a walk across. So we started off, followed a trail we immediately found, and like I said, it should be very obvious, but we actually made a mistake and we went a little bit too far to the right. Carnavaddy's over here, so you'll see in the top right hand corner. So we had to correct, we were kind of heading down the mountain away from Carnavaddy, so we decided just to have a quick walk across. We saw another trail, it took us maybe about 2 or 3 minutes just to get back on track, and once we walked across then, we were back on track and heading towards Carnavaddy, and then we could see other walkers moving in a similar direction or coming towards us. For a hike like this, I would recommend definitely hiking boots and possibly more waterproof gear. At this point for us it was pretty dry, so we got away with runners, but definitely if it was wetter or if it was more of a winter time year, you're definitely going to need waterproof footwear, I'd imagine, to make it more comfortable for yourself. In terms of fitness, a reasonable level of fitness. I think going to be a medium level of fitness. You'll see in a while there is a couple of dips and inclines that are going to be a little bit more challenging, but nothing really difficult. Over to the left again, looking towards Carningford Loch, there's and then looking right down south towards Dundalk as well, and then Carnavaddy off in the distance as well. This particular area here, there is quite a little bit of a dip in between the two peaks, and this is probably a little bit more challenging, and one where you definitely want decent footwear as well, and a reasonable level of fitness as well. One thing I have to say, I did find people were very friendly. We've met a lot of people on the trail, and the trail is, like we were saying, is very obvious and easy to find. But yeah, people were definitely very friendly up along here, so we got chatting to people on the way. About 20 or 30 minutes in, you could see this cairn along here, and it was probably the first time we could see an identifiable trail up Carnavaddy. So it's a bit of a zigzag, so you can see kind of over and then back up, and people were cycling up and also walking up as well, and we could also see over to the Mourns as well, which we'll cover in other videos too. But like I was saying to you, the trails are very easy to identify. You really won't get lost, and especially if there's other people around, you'll be able to follow them quite easily. But again, like we're saying to you, depending on the time of the year, I'd say these can get very wet during the winter, so definitely try and bring the right footwear and rainproof gear. Just before the end then, there's one more little tricky section, very small, you'll have no problem getting through it, and then you follow the yellow stones all the way to the top where this cairn is here, and you made it to the top then. And there's a lovely view that you can take in, so looking across the Slieve Foy, down into Carningford Loch, then looking back up the north of Ireland, Clermont Cairn, where we've come from. Actually, Slieve Foy we will cover in another video as well. I've been up and down that a few times but never got a chance to take a video, so I'll do that next time. But when I was there, we walked over just to the very edge over here because I wanted to get a better view of looking out towards the Irish Sea. So this little cairn here, we took a bit of a picnic here, looking down into Dundalk, and again over towards Clermont Cairn, which we've come from already, and just taking in a really nice summit view. For us, we just stayed up there approximately maybe 15 minutes, got something to eat, turned around, little girls got the cold, and do you know what, looking back towards where you come from, it actually doesn't look like a very, very long distance. It's literally just there. There is the mast. And you wouldn't think it would take that long, but it is about an hour and 15 of a walk back over. So overall, it took us about 2.5 hours overall. But anyway, there you go. Hopefully that's been useful. If you're on Facebook, please do like. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And hopefully the video's been useful. And definitely subscribe if you're on YouTube, because we'll have lots more guides coming up. Thanks for taking time to watch.